Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the PivotBoss pre-market video for Friday, May 28th, 2021. I am Frank Ochoa, aka PivotBoss. Happy Friday, everyone. Real quickly, this will be the last pre-market video that I will post here until June 11th, June 12th maybe, as I will be out of the office here until that date. I will check in and post with our premium members throughout that time, however, but will not have the capacity to post a pre-market video until later on this month. But when I do, I'll post it right away and you'll know about it. Alright, here's a look at the ES on the daily time frame here. What you'll see right now is price holding at the highs. A very narrow price range has developed here today. Doji, 20% of average range right now, with a range of just 10.75 points. If you look down here, a narrow 3-day range has developed, so it's set to 3 days here, and it's measuring these 3 days right there. And it's also measuring these 3 days if you want the current. But you can see yesterday on the final closing print of the day's finish there, you had the 3-day range. Down here you had 30% of average range for a 3-day range basis. So things have clearly dropped in volatility, price range. You can see today even more significantly cut in terms of range. This all could be, again, ahead of the holiday extended weekend, the holiday shortened week next week. Again, a ton of volatility earlier in the month, and the spigot has just been turned off right now. Very narrow price action. Not expecting a whole lot of movement here, but we are expecting here a continuation to the upside, basically further melt up phase. Any pullback 4200 could be enough to bounce this thing to 4225, and you have yourself a 25-point move today, something of that nature. So we'll see how this plays out, but overall the market here still trending up. Any pullback in the morning could still be defended for a continuation higher, but expecting further sideways to up type of price action. If we take a look here at the NQ, you'll see the NQ very narrow price range as well. On a 3-day range basis, compressed tremendously. You can see how the volatility has dropped on a 3-day range basis since earlier this month. Just tremendous narrow ranges that have developed here. I mean, look at this right now, just super narrow. 27% of average range here for the NQ. Previous session did have a failed low against the previous session prior to it, but really didn't kind of break the 2-day range lows or even break out of 2-day range highs, so it was still inside the range. That's basically what we're seeing right now. So it's now a 4-day developing range. Call it 13.6 up to 13.725. Eventually we break out of that range and get going to the upside likely. If there is a downside break, it could be a failed low followed by a continuation to the upside, as right now this market remains on an upward path toward 13.9 to 14K, somewhere in that zone. Again, one thing to keep in mind is we are coming to the end of the month here. You have the lower value relationship on the pivot range. You can see current last price is above the next month's projected pivot range, which means there's a change of bias. Any pullback early next month could provide a buying opportunity for a continuation toward 14K. Alright, let's take a look here at crude oil. You'll see right here crude oil currently trading new highs. 67.30 is the current last price. Today's high is 67.49, so almost 67.50 here. Price continuing to push higher after that recent rejection to the downside. We talked about the potential of a failure here leading to a rejection back up and likely into that 68 to 70 zone. We're so close to testing the key range high 67.98. Again, any pullback could still offer an opportunity to push this thing higher, which means that even if we took out the overnight low here today, that could still be an opportunity to fade it back up the rest of the day, even if price were to pull back as deep as 66s, because 66 been the key level here. we can pull back as deep as 66 and still be a bounce opportunity higher. So right now everything is flowing higher with pullbacks, failed new lows, allowing additional entries for a continuation to new highs. All right, let's take a look here at gold futures. You'll see right here gold has been tremendously bullish ever since breaking back above 1800. It has never come back to test that level, and right now for the first time since that first pullback nearly into 1800, we have hit the 8-period average. So uptrending market, we're finally hitting the 8-period average. That could provide an opportunity to bounce this thing back up. Today's low is 84.30. What I mentioned yesterday is anything below 1880 could be a great buy, because that would be below the 8-period average. This kind of just bounced right off of it at the moment. We could still see a bit more weakness here as you know, the next couple of days. Even 75s could be a great opportunity early next month. If you look at the value relationship, higher value relationship here to here, a higher close, that's perfect for a pullback and go opportunity, right? So any pullback, even as deep as this midpoint of the current month, could be an opportunity to buy it. So while this may be a short-term opportunity to push this thing higher, we could see a deeper pullback to begin next month, followed by a continuation higher. All right, that is it for now. We'll see how this plays out heading into the rest of the session. Good luck, trade well, happy Friday, and I'll see you soon. Take care.